Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about highlighters versus concealers. So with the influx of social media and a lot of information rolling around the internet about highlighting and concealing and contouring and color correcting, I can see where the average everyday woman would get confused about using a highlighter over a concealer or vice versa. While highlighters and concealers are super interchangeable in makeup, they are still very separate products and can be used in very separate ways. Today I'm going to bring you my favorite highlighters and concealers. I'm going to break down how I use them in my particular routine and on clients, and how you can incorporate them correctly in your beauty routine. I'll also touch on color correction. Stay tuned. Okay, so let's start off with concealer. What does it do? Essentially, it's already telling you what it does. It conceals. So whether you have under eye bags, acne scars, blemishes, any hyperpigmentation, you want to use a concealer. And I always tell people use something that is your skin tone or close enough to your skin tone in order to conceal those areas to give your entire face uniformity. I also tell people to use concealer after you've applied your foundation base. This way you can ensure that you have a perfect canvas to work with and you waste less product. My favorite types of concealers are creamy concealers. So something that comes in a pot like this. This is MAC's Studio Finish Concealer. This is my personal concealer that I use. I really love creamy concealers for several reasons. Ones in pots like this can be super opaque on the skin and conceal a large area with just a small amount of product. They're also easy to move around the skin, and I really like using these types of concealers with either my ring finger, which is the smoothest finger that you can use on your face, or a nice round fluffy brush. Additionally, MAC also makes these concealer palettes, also Studio Finish, I believe, and there are 6 different colors that come in these particular palettes. I think they make 4 palettes total, so that's 24 different colors, and each palette comes with 2 corrector shades. So the corrector shades tend to be on the bottom. We'll get to corrector shades in a moment. I also love NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is my color. I am medium number 2 in ginger. These concealers, not only will they conceal, but they have this brightening property, hence why they're called radiant, that I really love to use under the skin. And this wand is great to kind of get in under the eye, to really kind of brighten that out and just like make your entire eye just look just awake. A little bit of this also goes a long way. I'm just going to dab a little bit of that on my hand and show you how much product you're going to get there. And that was just like a little. So see how far I can extend that on my skin. You can use this concealer on any other area of your skin, but I really like using it under the eyes, a little bit under the eyebrow, over the cupid's bow, and a little bit on the chin. I don't actually like to use this particular creamy concealer on blemishes, just because it has that kind of radiant property to it. I feel like it draws attention to the blemish as opposed to distracting it. If I have anything that I need to really cover up and conceal, I'll use a really heavy concealer like this Studio Fix or something in a pot. Remember that anything in a pot is going to be super opaque because the color is very packed in there and concentrated. Okay, so now that we kind of understand what a concealer does, let's quickly touch on color correctors. I'm going to go back into this palette, these 2 palettes right here from MAC, because they've got 4 different color correctors in them. Again, these 2 on the bottom of each palette. So color correction, again, self-explanatory, it's going to correct color in your skin. So it's essentially going to correct the natural tonality of your skin. When you start with a clean, fresh face, Sometimes, depending on your skin tone, if you're a much lighter shade, you'll have like these areas on your skin that are red and muddy and or maybe really pink and kind of just blotchy here and there. Or if you're of darker skin tone, sometimes you'll be slightly ashy, especially around the lips. It'll give you like this grayish looking feeling, or just dull skin in general. Color correctors will help to just kind of even out your skin tone even before you put foundation on. So here's the thing. You want to correct, then put your foundation, and then conceal. If you do it in this order, you will literally have the most flawless looking face possible. And with color correctors, a little goes a long way. Like most products, I prefer a creamy base color corrector because you can control how much color you need. So, you know, just a little bit of this orange on a darker skin tone, and you fan it out in the area. And you want to make sure it's really working into the skin. You don't want to put a color corrector on and just slap it onto the skin. You want to work it into that area. And honestly, if you color correct correctly, it will bring complete, and it will completely adjust your skin tone right before your eyes. So that is a color corrector. I would totally, again, I'm such an advocate for these palettes, I would pick them up. Another company that makes a great color corrector is EvePearl. I just happen to have this one color in Salmon. It's creamy also. It's very well used, and a little bit goes a long way. I use this particular color on pretty much all of my fair skin clients. You know, in the same areas that where I would be applying my concealer is where I apply corrector if it's necessary. So anything like an EvePearl or a MAC palette, you're good to go for correcting. Okay, so let's move on to highlighters. What is a highlighter? Well, it's essentially what it sounds like. It's going to highlight areas of your face. You want to use highlighters on high points of your face like your cheekbones. You want to use it underneath your eye, down the bridge of your nose, over your cupid's bow. Sometimes I like to put it in the middle of my chin. A lot of people put it in the middle of their forehead, under their eyebrow. It's wherever you really want to push features on your face forward. Highlighters are not going to conceal. That's why you want to conceal first, and then you put a highlighter over that. They're going to help push and bring attention to certain areas of your face. My particular favorite highlighters come in these pencil forms, or these like push pen formulations. They're easy to kind of pump out. You can control how much you're going to use, and they're really sheer but can give you a lot of coverage. And then to kind of piggyback on highlighters, let's also just throw in Illuminizers in the mix. You guys can use anything right now. These are the Illuminizers that I'm using. These ones are from Revlon. They're the PhotoReady Skinlights, and then I'm also using this one for body kind of highlighting. This is the Buxom Divine Goddess Luminizer. These are great if you just want to mix them into your foundation. You get this kind of glowy, summer, dewy skin, really good. Gives you the highlight in the places that you need it. I wouldn't particularly use these all year round, but if you're going for like that really prominent highlighted look and you don't like the highlighters that I recommended and you want something really subtle and sheer, mix like a drop of these into your foundation, you're good to go. Okay guys, so that was my quick highlighter versus concealer recap. Again, highlighters and concealers are interchangeable, but I hope that I was able to break them down a little bit further for you so that you can tell the difference and utilize them correctly on your skin in your particular beauty routine. I also added in a little bit of information on color correction and showed you my favorite illuminizers. Thanks so much for stopping by. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.